guys, it's Pia here. So, as you guys might know, I am currently at the halfway point of my Zodiac Customs project, meaning I have made 6 out of the 12 Zodiac signs. And I thought it would be fun to make a little halfway point sort of video just showing all the 6 customs that I made so far and also showing you the base figures that I'll be using for the remaining customs. So I hope that you guys are excited to see this. The customs that I will be showing in this video are the ones starting from January up until June, I think. And the customs are Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So I hope that you guys look forward to seeing them if you haven't seen them yet. And yeah, here they are. So starting off, here is my Capricorn custom. This one was made from a new LPS. It's actually a bongo, I think. And as you can see, I sculpted these horns to make them a little bit bigger than the normal ones. I put some flowers on its head and I sculpted the tail. And I added a few flowers here and there. And I also actually sculpted this neck fluff for it because I thought it would look cool that way. The reason I added a gem here in the ear is actually just because these new LPS have holes in them and I didn't realize to sculpt something there, so I just put the gem instead, and I think it looks really cute and it goes well with the color scheme. Now, if you guys haven't been following this series so far, I've been telling you in the progress videos that I use a strange website that tells me what colors are associated with the star signs and what flowers are associated with them, and I use this strange website kind of to inspire me to make these. I don't know if it's accurate in any way, but I'm just using it because, I don't know, I thought it was a good idea and I'm just sticking to it. So just to recap, the colors that were associated with Capricorn were actually dark blue and dark green. So you can see that I have incorporated that in the eyes. I put the blue there, and in the tail with the green. I thought that they would go really well with these natural colors, and the gems in the eyes is something that is a theme that goes on in the series. They represent the element that the zodiac sign belongs to, and in this case Capricorn belongs to the earth element, which is why it has green gems. And you're gonna see the same thing with Taurus, which is another sign that belongs to earth. But yeah, that's all for Capricorn, and yeah, moving on to Aquarius. So here is Aquarius. It was my second one that I made, and I really love it. I think it turned out just super detailed and cool. The idea here is because Aquarius is normally portrayed as a man with a pot of water. So I put this little pot of water in this panda's hand, and the water is flowing here around its body and just making these little waves, and I thought it looked really cool. So yeah, that's what I was going for with this one. The color that was associated with Aquarius was sky blue, which is why I gave it the sky blue tunic, and also put these little light blue highlights here and there on it. And the flower that was associated with Aquarius was orchid, so I thought it would look cool to just have this little one orchid right here. And the sign for Aquarius is right here on the water pot, in case you missed that. I didn't point it out with Capricorn, but its sign was actually on its hind leg, so you can check that out if you missed it. And the last thing about Aquarius that I forgot to mention was that Aquarius belongs to the air element, which is why it has these clear gems in the eyes. And you're gonna see the same thing with Gemini, because Gemini also belongs to the air element. So next up we have Pisces, also known as the fish. This zodiac sign is apparently associated with a water lily, which looks very similar to a lotus flower, which is why I sculpted this massive lotus flower on its head. You can see here that there's the sign for Pisces. So the colors that were associated with Pisces were sea green and lavender, which is why I've incorporated them here kind of on the scales. And I thought that gold would be a really nice pop color with this one. I don't know what made me think of it, but I thought that it would look really pretty on the scales and also here on its fins, and a little bit in the lotus flower as well. So I hope that you guys think that that looks cool. And as for the gems in the eyes, they are obviously blue because Pisces belongs to the water element. So yeah, this one I think turned out quite lovely as well. So next up we have a sign that belongs to the fire element. This is Aries, and its color was red, so I incorporated that a little bit in the eyes and on its ears. Other than that, I also put little flames on its legs and on its tail. I don't know, I was just inspired by the sort of Japanese style flames and things, so that's why I put them here. And that's the sign for Aries, in case you didn't know that. So the flowers that were associated with Aries were honeysuckle and sweet pea, and I decided to use sweet pea for this one. It's just this really delicate little flower, and I thought it would look cool if I sculpted it. And yeah, I just thought that these sort of muted colors of blue and green would look cool with it, and I think they make the red pop a little bit more. So I really love this custom, and I hope that those of you whose star sign is Aries also love it. And then next up we have Taurus, which belongs to the earth element, much like Capricorn. And this one actually had a lot of colors that were associated with it. Those were green, orange, yellow, and earth tones. So that's why I chose to make it very natural looking in its color scheme. And I chose to put these green vines on it because I thought that they would just make it look really natural and lovely. That's the sign for Taurus, in case you didn't know that. I also sculpted these horns to be a little bit bigger than what they were on the original LPS that I used. Someone said that I should do that, and I thought that it was a really great idea because it makes the custom look a little bit more mythical and just fierce, I think. So yeah, that's what I did with that. As I said, yellow and orange were also associated with Taurus, which is why I gave it these sort of yellow and orange eyes. And the flower that was associated with this one was poppy, so I thought it would look really good as a sort of pop color on its head. And here you can see a little bud that's attached to the vines. Yeah, I think this one turned out really lovely as well, and I hope once again that those of you whose star sign is Taurus like it as well. And the final custom that I'll be showing you in this video is my newest one. This is Gemini, also known as the twins. People had told me that I should make 2 separate customs for this one, but I didn't want to do that. I thought it would be too much work and it wouldn't be fun to have 2 identical customs. So instead of making 2 separate customs, I decided to take a slightly different approach. It's sometimes said that people whose star sign is Gemini have 2 sides to them, much like my husband does. I won't go into much detail, but he definitely has 2 sides to him, and it's actually quite funny. But yeah, I decided to give 2 sides to this custom. One that is more angelic and friendly looking, and one that is slightly more sort of edgy and rock and roll. So that's why it looks like this. So to talk you through the decisions that I made with this custom, starting off, the color that was associated with Gemini was yellow, so I decided to put it in its eyes. And the gems here obviously symbolize the air element, which is why they are clear. And there were actually 2 flowers that are very, very different that were associated with Gemini, and one of them is lavender, which I thought would look really cool on the sort of more evil side of it, because lavender is obviously a dark purple flower, and I thought that it would look really cool. And the other flower that was associated with Gemini was Lily of the Valley, which is a very sort of delicate looking white flower, so that's why I sculpted it here and on the front next to its paw. And yeah, that's the sign for Gemini, in case you didn't know. And yeah, I think it turned out very lovely. It has a lot of stuff going on, but I think that it still looks very cool, and I especially love the sort of more rock and roll side of it. I think it looks kind of cool. Yeah, but that's all I had to say about these customs, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to seeing the next 6 ones that I'll be making. I'm actually going to show you the base figures that I'll be using for those. I already showed these in the first video, so if you've seen that one, you don't have to watch this, but in case you haven't seen the first video in this series of videos, then I'm just going to recap again, and please don't complain about them too much. I've already decided on these, so I won't be changing them, and I just hope that you guys have faith in me and my design skills, that I'm gonna definitely try to make your zodiac sign look as cool as possible. But yeah, here are the 6 remaining LPS that I'll be using for the 6 remaining zodiac signs. So starting off, we have the obvious one. I'm choosing to use a crab for Cancer, because it makes the most sense, because Cancer is always portrayed as a crab. If you want to hear my ideas for this one, I've actually already put that in a video, so you can check it out. I'm gonna just put a link in the description to the playlist where I have all of these Zodiac custom related videos. So yeah, this one is the next one that I'll be making, and that one is Cancer. So yeah, the next one that I'll be making after that is Leo. I'll be using this cat for it, even though some people would probably think that I should use a lion for it, but I don't have a lion. That is a new LPS, and I've been making these customs mostly out of new LPS, so I thought I'm gonna just make it out of this cat, and I hope that I'm gonna be able to somehow sculpt a really big mane for it, but yeah, wish me luck. I've actually designed a concept for this one already, and I think it's gonna look really cool. Leo's element is fire, in case you didn't know that, so I'm gonna incorporate that a little bit in its look, so I hope that you're excited to see it. So next up, after Leo, I will be making Virgo, which is usually portrayed as a beautiful maiden. But yeah, for this one, I'm going to be using this Pennyling Panda, because I think it looks really sort of innocent and sweet, and I think that the pose itself is going to just allow me to make something that looks really, just really cute and sweet and, yeah, innocent. That, I guess, is a key word for Virgo. So yeah, this is the base that I'll be using for Virgo. After Virgo, we have Libra, which is my star sign, and I will be using this badger for it because I thought that its pose allows me to sculpt some sort of scales or something in its hands. And it just looks really balanced, I think, so that's why I chose this one, and I hope that you guys don't mind, even though it looks kind of silly. I just think that it has a lot of potential, so I'm looking forward to making this one into a Libra. Then we have the base for Scorpio. Now you guys might be wondering why on earth I'll be using a red panda for a scorpion, but that is because there is no scorpion LPS, and I personally don't want to start modifying something to look like a scorpion. I don't think that that would be very cool, to be honest. So I'm actually going to make it into some sort of manticore looking thing. I'm going to give it a scorpion tail, but I'm going to keep it really cool looking and give it a scorpion tail and maybe some wings. Maybe a mane if I really want to make it manticore-y, but I don't want it to be confused with Leo, so I might skip the mane on this one. But yeah, hope that you guys are excited to see it. And finally, we have the base for Sagittarius, which will be the last custom that I'll be making in this series. So normally Sagittarius is portrayed as a centaur, which is half man and half horse, but obviously I'm not going to start trying to modify this into a half human. I'm just going to keep it as a horse, and I'm going to make it look really cool and fiery because that's Sagittarius element. I'm not going to make it look into a Pokemon like Ponyta, but I'm going to make something very cool out of it, and if you guys have some ideas, then I am definitely interested in hearing you guys' opinions. Yeah. Also, Sagittarius is normally portrayed as an archer, so I was thinking that this leg actually looks like I could sculpt a bow on it or somehow around it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm excited to make this one as well, and it's gonna be cool because it's gonna be the last one that I'll be making, so I'm gonna put a lot of effort into this one. But yeah, hope that you guys are excited to see all of these. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you again in the next part. Bye!